Yo, what's good, everybody? This is Dylan Talk Sports. My name is Dylan. In this video, what we'll be discussing is we're going to talk about the Golden State Warriors and is their dynasty coming to an end? As we know, the Golden State Warriors had basically like a great long dynasty. They won the NBA title back in 2014-2015 season. They won it again the 2016-2017 and 2017-2018 season, and then they followed it up later on in, I believe, 2021-2022 season. Basically, across like an 8-year span, they won 4 titles. That is considered a dynasty if you do not know. But here recently, the Golden State Warriors, they've been up there around the top. They've been kind of getting to the playoffs. They're still doing good, but then this year they have hit a bit of a rough stretch. At the time of recording this, they are currently 20-24, and I kind of wanted to talk about, could their dynasty be coming to an end? Because we look at the players that they have on their team. Some of the players are playing good, some are like just like, why do we even have them? Trade deadline is also obviously coming up. We know what Steph Curry is going to do, we know what Klay Thompson is going to do, we know what Draymond Green is going to do. But other than that, everybody else is like completely different from the last time they've basically been relevant whenever it comes to constantly winning titles. So what I want to do in this video is I kind of want to go through, review the team, talk about the players they have, and if I think the dynasty is pretty much over, and do I think that the Golden State Warriors will win another NBA title in the near future. So without further ado, if you're going to enjoy it, as always, make sure you go and drop a like on today's video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. But without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, first up, when it comes to Golden State Warriors, obviously, like I said, you look at the roster and you kind of look around the team. Steph Curry, he's always going to do what he does. He's always going to put up the big numbers. You look up around the top for the points per game. What are the Golden State Warriors basically known for what they do? 3-pointers. Steph Curry, obviously, we know his history of a 3-point shot. He's always going to hit threes. He's the leader in 3 points made in NBA history. I kind of want to get this out of the way. People are going to probably try to say, is Steph Curry playing any different? I looked at Steph Curry's total stats for his career. You look right here. Look at the way he's been playing over all the years. 2019-2020 season, you can kind of forget about that one because that was a COVID year. Nobody really did anything that year. Based off of how many games we're in, he's already taken 477 threes, so he's kind of already on pace to go higher than probably any of his other career highs. His career high is the 2015-2016 season. That was the year he won a unanimous MVP, so he's already kind of now on track to possibly break that record. Throughout his career, he's shot roughly about like a 40 to 45% 3-point percentage. Right now, he's about 40.9, so he's pretty much staying consistent. I look around the other players and I wonder, is it Klay Thompson? Could he be the problem? And I look at his numbers and maybe it could be his 3-point percentage has been a little bit down compared to what he's been in the past years. The thing with Klay Thompson is in the past years, he's just been kind of like what Steph Curry was. He was a spot up shooter, just catch and shoot. That's what he did. The past, I would say like 4 or 5 years, he's kind of got more into being able to like drive, make plays, do things on his own. But when he was back there in that 2014, 2015, 2016 run, 2017 especially with KD there, they were dangerous. And because Klay Thompson, he was able to just go stand in the corner, stand up on the top of the key, and just do his thing. Now, one of the things I will say about this team is I will say this. I think if I was to try and pinpoint something that could be going wrong, there's a couple of things. One, I don't know if this team has a leader. When we look in the past of what the Warriors were when they were always winning these titles, with the Sean Livingston, whenever Andre Iguodala was with this team, those guys have now grown old. They've left the team, obviously. But you look at this team now and you look at the guys that are on the roster. Like I said, we already know what Steph Curry, Klay Thompson are. Andrew Wiggins, he's still here. He helped them win the last title. But when they were in 2017, 2018, those teams, they had so much like just very good, just they stayed in their role. They were role players, but they stayed in their role. Like I look around some of these guys like a Dario Saric, a Moses Moody, he's doing his thing. Gary Payton has not really played that many games this season. I don't know if he's been injured, if they just don't play him at all. Kevon Looney has been he's been a stud. I think he's a really nice piece. They have a stud right there. A good center. The way he plays, he's really good. So like I said, I don't think this team really has a leader anymore with this team. The next thing I'm going to talk about is let's look at some of the defense, and the defense is the big thing for this team. Back when the Golden State Warriors were just dominating and steamrolling people, they had a big thing called defense that came along with the team, as well as like Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, all those guys. They were going to hit buckets, they were going to get buckets, shoot the ball, make things happen, but they also had a really good defense to go along with the team. Let's go ahead and put the points per game that teams are allowing nowadays. I realized probably back in the 2014-2015 era, points per game were probably like 98, 99 for like a top defense. Now it's like up around 107. But we look up here. Let's find the Golden State Warriors. Oh, let's see. That's right. They're all the way down at 22. They're allowing about 118.8 points per game. That's not good. When we look at field goal percentage, they're allowing right here 47.5 field goal percentage per game. So about like, it's like a 50-50. Sometimes you make it, sometimes you don't. Now this one solely falls on Draymond Green because we know what kind of player he is. He's a very physical guy. He draws a lot of fouls. What does the Golden State Warriors need to avoid? Drawing fouls, letting team get easy buckets. Let's look at the free throw attempts, not even made. Free throw attempts the teams are allowing. Where are the Golden State Warriors? All the way down to 26. That's not good. You're allowing on average 24 free throws a game. Teams are also making roughly 19.8 a game, so that's 20 free points you're just giving teams. The other thing about the Golden State Warriors I will say that is kind of hindering them And it's very obvious. It's age. Age is catching up. Like when you look around some of the star players and even some of the guys on the team, Steph Curry, he's about 34, 35 years old, I believe. I think he's actually, his birthday's coming up here soon. Klay Thompson, he's about 33. I think his birthday's here in a couple of days at the time of recording this, so he's going to be turning 34 here soon. Draymond Green is 33. He's turning 34, I think, in March. So every single one of them is anywhere from like 33, 35, 36 years old. They're all aging and getting to that point of where their career were. I realize right now we look at LeBron playing at his high level at this age, but some of these guys, they might just decide to say at 34, 35, maybe 36, 37, to just call it quits and be like, I'm done. I've won 4 rings. What more do I got to prove? And I don't know how much of a rumor this is. I think it's just a rumor. Nothing really concrete to it. But people have said in the past few years, there has been some, like I said, rumors of if Steve Kerr might decide to just step away from the game, stop coaching the Golden State Warriors, if some of these other guys were to also retire. I think ultimately this just comes down to how much of these guys want it. Do they still want to be at the top of the game, winning all the time? Because from what we've seen out of them now, it's like when you look at the team from back, like I said, the championship era, the dynasty that they were running through the NBA with, when you look at that team versus this team, that team, it was like you were terrified to play them. Nowadays, it's like teams are just like, okay, who we got on the schedule? Okay, Portland, Milwaukee, okay, Golden State, Orlando. It's like you just look at them just like another team on the schedule. Back in the day, it was like, okay, we got easy win. Oh shit, we play Golden State. Yeah, cross that as an L. People just don't fear the Golden State Warriors like they used to. Now with the trade deadline coming up, I don't know when this video is going to be uploaded, but if just to kind of give you an input, I'm recording this before the trade deadline. If I was going to give you guys an input of what I think they should do, I really don't know. Like, I don't know, do they need big bodies? Do they need shooters? I really think they need shooters. They let go of, I think, Kenjo, I forget the name of the guy, but he went away in the offseason. I think he's with New York right now. So he's balling out there over there. DiVincenzo, I think is how you say the name. But like I said, he's balling out over for New York. I just think Golden State, if they're going to get back to what they were, they need shooters. I already said Moody. He looks like he's pretty much good down there in the paint. I think he'll be able to control the paint, control the under the rim very well by himself. Draymond Green, the physicality that he brings, as long as he can keep himself contained a little bit, just calm down a little bit at times, and with what Steph Curry and Klay Thompson are doing with the shooting, if they can keep shooting good like they do, and they can get some other shooters here at the trade deadline, I think they can start winning some more games. It's just going to come down to, can they do it? Now, I know I just rambled a lot there for a couple minutes, but to give my final input of what I think is going to happen, I'm going to say this. And I know I could have just said this at the very beginning, but I really do think the Golden State Warriors dynasty is over. I don't see them winning another ring. I think the trajectory of how the season is kind of going right now, I don't really see them winning another ring anymore. And don't get me wrong, 4 rings, that is amazing. Some players in the NBA don't even get 1 ring, so you should be proud that you got 4 rings. But I think the dynasty is officially over for the Golden State Warriors. 4 rings is all you're going to get. Maybe they make the playoffs this year and do something, but I think this is pretty much where it draws the line. If you look at the star power around the league, you look at the Jokic's, you look at the Embiid, you look at the Giannis's, LeBron's still doing what he's doing. You look at what some of these young teams like the Thunder, the Timberwolves over there on the West Coast, it's going to be hard for Golden State to win a title now. But other than that, I'm going to wrap it up there. Hopefully you guys did go to enjoy today's video. If you did enjoy, as always, make sure you go and drop a like on today's video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. If you wanted to watch the entirety of today's video, thank you very much. And like I said, if you have a different opinion on the whole thing, if you think the Warriors dynasty is over, not over, leave your opinion in the comment section down below. Be more than welcome to talk about with you guys. If you're a fan of the content that I do post here and you want to go and hit that big red subscribe button, feel free to do so. And do not forget to hit that little notification bell to be notified the second I post. But without further ado, this has been Donald Talk Sports. Have a great day. Peace.